Susanna. Hi, Susanna. Thank you for being here this evening. So nice to see you. I truly do appreciate it. Moo, are you finished already? It says, I must hydrate now, woman. It says, it's time for hydration. I need to hydrate myself. There's Moo. We might have a nice sunset back here. We'll just have to wait and see. The neighbors are making noises over there. Up there comes that dog. Oh no, nobody's going to see any cats because that dog is here. Annoying everyone. It needs to find its home and stay away from me. At least the cats know to run when they see the dog. Maybe it's going away. Come on back, Moo. They're all mine, Sankey. Okay, yep, they're mine. But they're not always here every day. Some of the boys go off and do boy things, and so they might be gone for a couple of days. But thank you for asking, and thank you for being here. I truly do appreciate it. It's a beautiful evening. It was warm today. It's cooling down. Well, thank you, Sankey. Okay. Usually some people have a snarky comment and opinion about multiple cats. And I don't see anything wrong with having multiple cats. They're having a good time roaming the woods and climbing the trees and lounging in the bushes for their afternoon nap. And I'm out here just watching a beautiful sunset, Sankey. Sun's going down, just sitting there watching that. Thank you all for being here. I see there's 7 watching. Thank you to the 7 who are watching. I appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by. Turned my sound back on. Let me check. Oh, Moo's going to hydrate again. Oh, shows our 8 are here. Thank you, the 8 who are here. I appreciate that. Now there's 6. That's okay. Thank you all for stopping by. I appreciate it. There's Kazera with her floofy tail. Oh, so floofy. Shows there's 9 watching. Thank you to the 9. I appreciate it. Thank you all for being here as we watch the cats enjoying their dinner. Well, shows I have 5 thumbs up. That's nice. It was a warm day. It's getting cooler. So we're having abnormally warm weather here. It is not like November at all. No, it is very warm. Well, hey, Kitty King. I was beginning to think none of my friends were going to show up today, that they were all waiting to see Adam. Kitty King, so nice to see you. Thank you for stopping by. I truly do appreciate it. Thank you for your text this morning. So nice to hear from you. It was small and short. They just picked a random preacher. The preacher was loud and obnoxious. Reminded me of why I don't attend church services. Yeah, Maya, that's my married name, Maya. That's my married name. I don't go by that. Hey, Rubberneck. Hi, Rubberneck. Thank you for being here this evening. That's still what's on my license, but it's not what I go by anymore. But thank you for stopping by, Maya. Well, hello, Fred. Hi, Fred. Thank you for stopping by. So nice to see you. Hi, Connie, Kitty King, Maya, Fred, all of you. Thank you for being here. I don't even use that, Maya. I use my middle name. So everybody on YouTube who knows me, my name, that's not what they go by. I go by my middle name. I go by Lynn. I go by Lynn. Because let me tell you why, Maya, I don't use my first name. When I got married, my sister's name was also, my sister-in-law's name that was that, and then his brother married somebody with that name. So there's 3 people in the family with that same name. And I stopped using it. I said, I don't want to have the same name as these people. They're atrocious. So I stopped using the name. I'm like, that's not my name. I'm going by my middle name. Hi, Sebastian. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I'm like, no, I don't want, there's 3 of us with the same name, with one family. Two daughter-in-laws and her daughter all had the same name. And I'm like, yeah, it's no, I'm going by something else. I'm going to just use my middle name. And it was confusing. They'd be talking about somebody, and it'd be like, which one do you mean? And like, this is Big Moo, Fred. Yeah, my I still have my ex-husband's name on my driver's license. I never got around to legally changing it. But no, the funeral today with the preacher being there reminded me why I don't go to church. He was loud and obnoxious. Yes, Minnie Moo is still missing, unfortunately. But no, he was very loud, and while he was doing this ceremony, promoted a song he wrote. I wrote a song, and it's called this, and go to this my website, and you can see the name, my song. He'd be like, da da da, go see this song, and you can hear the song I wrote, and it's on the, here's my website. Go listen to it, and it's available. And I'm like, good Lord, he's using my mother's funeral to promote a song he wrote. My mother's funeral is not a place to promote his music. Whatever. Hi, John. Hi, John. I was here last night, John. I was on last night. Hello, Ruth. Hey, Ruth. Thank you for being here. Thank you all for being here. I truly do appreciate it. But no, I don't know what all religions y'all are, but Baptist preachers yell. Baptist preachers, yeah, he barely said anything to me. I said hello, da da da, and then after the whole thing was over, he said, I got things to do, and he left. So he was civil, I was civil, and hello, Gotslametshi. I'm sure I butchered that name horrendously. I'm sure I did. But there's people there I hadn't seen in 15 years, and yeah. Well, she didn't necessarily want one that yelled, Kitty. I mean, she didn't necessarily want a preacher that was yelling and promoting his own music. Hello, Joseph. Thank you for being here. She could have been a nice, quiet, polite preacher. Whatever. That's just how so many preachers around here are. Yellers. Yelling, loud, and screaming and promoting and da-da-da. And then once they get into it, they ramp up and they get louder. No, I don't either, Kitty. No. And I went and toured the small town that I grew up in, and I went to two places I used to live, both of which do not exist. So anyway, I made a video. And you ever heard that saying, you can't go home again? Yeah, nothing looked the same. Nothing looked the same. Everything there had changed. The house I grew up had burned down in. My father's restaurant had been turned into a antique store. It was just, it has been many years there. I didn't think it would look exactly the same, but Are y'all starting to get full? Kai's done here. Moo's done. They're going to lounge. But I mean, he was a person that the funeral home picked at random, and I could have done with without it. Anyway, it was very brief. He didn't talk for a long time, and we just moved it along. And I picked a lot of flowers from the yard for uh, the grave. I picked some azaleas, some of the reblooming azaleas, and I picked um, camellias and some butterfly bush and I had one iris blooming, and so I took an iris. And after the grave was finished, I went and put the flowers. Other than the iris I planted and grew, but everything else she had planted and grew. And so me and my cousin hung around the small town. We went to the small town and drove around. I saw the school I went to, the place I used to live and work, and we had to wait for them to cover the grave. So I took the flowers that she grew and put on her grave. Hmm. Yeah, I was raised Baptist too, so I grew up with that yelling, John. I was When I was a little kid, I was took to a Baptist church, and there was all that yelling, and they would pound like that on the pulpit, pound, pound. Sometimes they'd even stomp. And yes, there's a lot of the small Camellia sasanquas blooming. So I took a lot of them, two different colors of azaleas, and my one beautiful burgundy iris that was blooming I picked, that I grew, and put on her grave. But that's what turned me off of church, was all that yelling and screaming and repent, repent, yell, yell, yell. I had parents to yell at me. I didn't need some random guy yelling at me. Y'all want some more? Come here. Here, kitties. Here. There we go. Crunchy times. Crunchy times. Crunchies. There we go. Here we go. Crunch, crunch. Oh, and somebody bought me a gift today. I got a gifty. Hi, Bruce. Thank you for being here, Bruce. I truly do appreciate it. Yeah, it went well. Other than the yelling preacher. I think I was even rolling my eyes a little bit. I just put my head down. I was like rolling my eyes, like, oh, good. I felt like saying, calm down and don't be promoting your website. It's like, well, while we're here promoting stuff, everyone check out my YouTube channel, Tranquil Unique Nature Experience. I mean, a funeral is not a place to promote your music. Thank you all for being here. Hey, Catitude. Thank you for being here, Catitude. I appreciate it. Hope you had a great day. I hope all of you had a great day. Kai is swishing that tail. Swish that tail, Kai. Oh, Kitty. So, hey, maybe you're not really married, Kitty. Uh, she's wading into the mud. Okay, I understand completely. No, Adam, around here, preachers believe it's a sin to drink, and if they do it, they hide it. No, he was a yelling preacher, Adam. Hey, Adam, thank you for being here. I truly do appreciate it. He was a yelling preacher who promoted his music. Go to his website. And part of the ceremony was him promoting a song he wrote, Adam. And I'm like, good Lord. There's Moo. Moo is finished. Adam says he's got the wrong channel. He's got to switch up. There's Kai Kai. What are you swatting at in the water, Kaizera? But I did get to see the interstate today because we had to cross the interstate to get there. Not on the interstate, we had to go over the interstate. And I had not seen the interstate in a long time. I wonder why, Kitty. But you know, people were telling me that they had went to that gas thing and they didn't pop up until today. I had people saying, well, I went on there and left a message and none of them showed up until today. I don't understand it. Oh, okay. So a couple of days ago, people were telling me, oh, I went on there, like Adam went on there and said he left a message. I think it was Sunday. The message didn't come up there until today because I checked it last night and nothing was on there. So I checked it today, this afternoon, and they were finally all there. Yeah, I did. I noticed that, Connie. Yeah. And I noticed you too, Bruce. Hello, NB. Thank you for being here, NB. Yeah, because I know Bruce said he was going to sign it. Adam had left me a message saying that he'd signed it, but it did, none of it showed up until today. So, and Connie saying hers showed up later. So maybe other people's would too later. NB, Adam is a friend of ours, NB. There's Kai. Kai decided she wanted to eat some more. What are you talking about, Adam? What are you supposed to sign? I mean, Adam. I'm still thinking about it. John, what are you talking about signing? Let's watch and see what Kaizera's up to. Yeah, other than the preacher, Adam, it all went well. Yeah, I did. I looked last night though, and the only two were on there was Ruth and somebody who lives on this road I'd never heard of. I had to ask my cousin, "Who are these people? I've never heard of them." And she said, "Well, they live on your road." And I'm like, "Well, I don't know them." Kai Kai is hydrating with her poofy tail. Yeah, for the obituary, you can go leave a message on the obituary, John. I don't know if yours. I saw yours yet, Maya. Maybe they have a delay on them. Maybe there's some sort of delay. Oh my God! Lockett just attacked the possum. The possum was sneaking up here. Look, there's the possum Locket just attacked the possum. Well, Locket, you're so rude. The possum was going to come over for a snack. No, they didn't say anything about being a delay, but I just was, people were telling me that, yeah, I'm going to post a message on there, and I didn't see any but Ruth and somebody who lives on this road is the only people I saw. Lockett says, "Hey, possum, you can't have my food." Oh, you can go to the John. You go to the website and you can leave a note, a message on the obituary. Maybe they review them first. Maybe they put them up for review before they'll post them. If anybody go from around here goes on there, they're gonna be what in the uh yeah, that's what I figured they were doing, Adam. They review them to make sure it's nothing bad. And that I figured that's what the delay was, Adam. And and but I noticed that nobody she worked with or none of her family members bothered to go on there. So I found that um, unusual. Well, I guess the little possum's been run off by big old Locket. Locket's way bigger than that possum. Now, this is regular Moo, Fred. Minnie Moo has come up missing. Unfortunately, Fred. Minnie Moo has been gone for over a week now. I'm hoping a neighbor thought she was super cute and super friendly and took her in. That's what I'm hoping. This is Big Moo. Yeah, Connie, I'm very upset about Minnie Moo. Other than Ethereal, she was the friendliest kitten out here. Ethereal and Kaizera are the two friendliest. She was just so sweet. I could hardly walk with her being under my feet, and she was just a sweet, sweet kitty. She loved to go for walks with me, and I do miss her. My cousin bought me a present today. She bought me two presents today. I was very shocked. I said, "Well, I'll pay for it." I said, "You don't have to." She said, "No, let me get that for you." So that the Kitty King, that's what the Cardinals sound like before they go to bed. She bought me a pizza. I have not had pizza in over a year, and a drinky. He's Bruce. Miracle is still upset. I'm gonna. We haven't been for a walk in a week, so I'm gonna have to tomorrow morning. We're just gonna have to go in them woods and just have a fun time in the woods. Me and Miracle. Just me and Miracle. Yeah, it was, Connie. I said, you don't have to do that. She says, no, that's okay. And she says, do you need anything else? Yes. My little, where I can just have like one at a time. And and this is the longest time I've been away from my cats, y'all. And I thought, oh, they're gonna be upset. And the only one who seemed to notice that I was gone and be happy to see me was Serena and Miracle. The others are like, what? What are you doing? They were like, yeah, whatever. They didn't care. Yeah, it was. And it was a big one, Kitty. I'm like, you could just got a small one, so I'll have pizza tomorrow also. It was from Pizza Hut. We do have a Pizza Hut here in Jonesboro. But we were gone. We left at 9 o'clock this morning, and we did not get back until 2:45. So that was, because we waited around for the grave to be finished so I could put the flowers on it. And I felt bad that I couldn't buy any flowers. Yeah, it's quite a drive, and I'm trying to look for the sunset. The sunset's back here now, y'all. Let's go to the field. Yeah, John, I'm always worried about what happens to the outside cats. Let's go look at the sunset back here. It's moved. It's not as bright where I used to see it. So let's go for a walk. I need to move around anyway, all that riding. Oh, it might be pretty back here, y'all. Well, we don't have any choices around here, Maya. Oh, no, look. Can y'all see that? That's nice. The sunset's over here now. Yeah, I mean, when you live in a small town, you take what they have. There's not like, let's go here, there, or wherever. You take what's available. And that's what was available. But yeah, I'm ready to go for a walk the way I used to do, the way me and Miracle did for, he hasn't been on a walk in a week. And maybe I need to help Miracle get back to normal and me get back to normal. And our regular life that we used to live. Yeah, he's just not as snuggly, Connie. He seems like withdrawn. Maybe he's saying, why isn't she taking me for a walk? Why were there strange men in my house? And so maybe I get him back to normal. You sort of see it back there. Yeah, I just think it's going to take some time. And I'm trying to get back here. Okay. Back there is pretty, Glow. It's all back there. Very nice. But I'm going to do, yes, Catitude. Miracle just knows things that other cats don't and responds to things that other cats don't. There's just something about Miracle, spiritually wise, that's above and beyond other cats. He's just so attuned to me. And I think he's picking up on what I'm feeling. But I was telling somebody this, and I don't know if I ever told y'all that. As soon as when my mother's mind really went, the cats that used to come and sit in her lap, Bijoko and Serena, they would spend the afternoon in my mother's lap. My mother would sit down to watch TV in the afternoon, and Bijoko and Serena would curl up in her lap. And they stopped doing it. The cats, and Miracle too, all the cats who loved to spend time with my mother stopped. They didn't go near her. They didn't approach her. The cats ignored her like she wasn't even there. It was remarkable. It was like they know something's different about her. They know she's not the same. And they didn't want her anymore. They literally did not want anything to do with my mother anymore. But she didn't know because her mind was gone. But I think they knew whatever she was gone. Well, you know, Connie, she didn't know because her mind had gone. And so she didn't know they weren't doing it. But it just tells you, Connie, cats know about when something's wrong. They just knew. They just knew. They didn't want to sit in her lap. They didn't even come over for a pet. You know, no head bumps for pets, nothing. Just ignored her. I thought they know there's something wrong. They know she's not there anymore. And she hadn't been for a long time, unfortunately. Oh, I can tell I've been sitting a long time today. But it was nice to go for a ride. I would have rather been somewhere other than where I went, because it was just being there, the spot, the area was traumatizing. I made videos of the place I used to live and how much it changed. If I have made I was shocked by how different the place that I spent my young adult years, how different it looked. I guess, I don't know, John. I don't know what it was. Oh, John, I shouldn't have went and looked at all the places I used to live. That was not pleasant, John. I shouldn't have done it. But it just goes to show how much things change. Of course, it's been many, many a year since I lived there. Well, there's kind of a glow back there. We'll look at that. Yeah, they say that they can pick up on... Yes, Connie, unfortunately it was my ex-husband, Connie. That was awkward, because it did not end well with us. Awkward as heck. No, not a pleasant experience. Yeah, Connie, oh dear, it was not nice. It was a difficult enough situation without all of that. Yeah, to see what all had happened to my parents' properties, the life they built, the life I had, that the house I grew up in is gone. The business they owned has been converted into a antique shop and painted bright blue. There's a video. And the catfish farm was destroyed. The ponds. So they just destroyed the property, unfortunately. Oh, hey, look what we have here, everyone. Look who's here for a visit. It's Ethy. Hey, Ethy. You want a nuggie? Come here, Ethy. Come here, up, Pat. Down and get comfortable, Ethy. Yeah, I think it'd been different if it were just random cats, but these were cats that they'd known her their whole life, and they really liked spending time snuggling with her, and then they just stopped snuggling. And yep, John, it was horrible. Everything that I remembered about my past is gone. Gone. My past has been destroyed. What's that saying? You can't go home again? Well, I can't because it's not there. It's not there. And hey, Effie, do you want some pets? Oh, baby, it's petting time. Yeah, we talk about taking very well trained animals to nursing homes and things like that, so that to comfort patients. Yeah, I've heard of that. Okay, Adam. We'll see you there. Thanks for stopping by, Adam. I truly do appreciate it. Let's turn on the light so we can view beautiful Ethereal. And here he is, everyone. Here's Ethereal for his after dinner snuggies. And I think he's got some dirt. Do you have some dirt, Athy? Have you been rolling? Yeah, yeah, it was horrible, John. But I didn't have any tears left to cry. I've cried myself out. So, oh, the mosquitoes are bothering us. It's so warm. The mosquitoes are still out. It's so warm. It doesn't feel like November at all. It's like 80 today or something like that. It does not feel like November, y'all. I mean, it was like warm. I was gonna wear a pair of black velvet pants. I love these pair of black velvet pants, but as you know, that's kind of hot, and I was perspiring so heavily. I'm like, I'm never gonna get these things on. I just wore regular cotton pants. I'm like, I'd planned to wear the velvet pants, and I just like, never mind, never mind. I'll just wear the cotton ones. There's no way I'm getting these thick black velvet pants on right now, because I mean it's humid and it's warm. I don't know if planes necessarily go around hitting trees. They probably cut it and just said, "Hey, I know. I think a plane did it." Possum's here. The possum has arrived. Here's Blossom the possum. Everyone. For Locket to go away. I guess he's afraid of Locket. No, you can't have my necklace. I'm still wearing my necklace, and Ethereal wants to pull on my necklace. That's a big no-no, Ethy. You're knocking all kinds of stuff off, Ethy. He saw Ethy. He's running. Ethy didn't even go towards him, but I guess he's afraid of the cats now. Uh-oh, he's getting too close to move. Oh, I was wondering. I'm going to ask y'all. Is this a southern thing? Is this a southern thing to give out these bags of this stuff? Is this something everybody does, or do only southern people do this? They got all kinds of crap in here I don't want or need. They hand out this stuff. I told them I only needed a few of this. That there's only a handful of family members left, and there would only be a handful of people there, and there was only a handful of people there. And they gave me like a whole, look at this. Do I need these? Do I need that many? And look at all these boxes of cards to say thank you. Well, there was only one person that sent flowers. I don't need that stuff. And let me show you what else. Bookmarks. Several of these. Do I need any of this? Did I ask for any of this? And, okay. Hey, Rosemary. Hey, Rosemary. Thank you for being here this evening. So nice to see you. So anyway, I'm like, so I got 2 boxes of cards for one person sending flowers. Well, somebody gave me a card. Her cousin gave me a card with a smidge of money in it. The cousin who calls all the time and even on remembers my birthday. So she, yes, exactly, Catitude. They were out for their money. And, because, you know, most of my mother's friends have passed away. She did have a friend who was still alive, but she's lost part of her eyesight and cannot drive. And that was an hour and a half drive to get there. You know, not everybody's going to do that. It was just family who was from that area. I'm like, really? I don't need all this. And I tried to tell them there's almost no family left. Most of them have passed away. But it's like they give me this whole big bag. I guess I could use this bag to store things in. It's a very thick, sturdy bag. I could use the bag for something. And I could use the bag for storage. There's Kaizera hydrating. You know, Connie, around here, family members never speak. It always has to be a preacher, Connie. You know, I've seen on TV where people get up and they speak about their family members. But around here, no, it has got to be a preacher. And even though you don't know the preacher, but that's just how it is around here. It's so Baptist-y, Baptist-like. And if you're Baptist and that offended any of you, I am sorry. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be offensive. Oh, now Moo is hydrating. Here's Mr. Moose. Y'all want a little bit more kibbles? Okay, one more bite. Okay. One more nibby. There you go. Yeah, it is dark, Kitty King, yes. Yeah, it is, Connie. I use it in the house. If I can't find my headlamp, I'll zoom it around and find my way around till I can find out find my headlamp. That's why I have about 3 headlamps. I can't keep up with them. They disappear. I don't know where they all go. Oh, Rosemary. I had a horrible preacher there, Rosemary. Horrible. I think I was actually rolling my eyes. Like, oh, good Lord. Hush up, man. It reminded me as why I don't go to church. I hadn't been to church in many years. Well, Travis, yes, kitties. They are kitties. Finishing up their dinner. Thank you for being here, Travis. I truly do appreciate it. Hear something. Kai heard something. Kazera, what did you hear? So tomorrow I'm going to go back to making videos and going for my walks and doing my gardening and looking for my social security card so I can go out and look for a job, because I can't get a job without a social security number. But I am going to take a few days for myself just to spend with gardening and trying to calm Miracle down. This me and Miracle. And plus, I'd started a project in my iris garden that I had not finished. Uh, Connie, Adam says that he told them about it, and they're supposed to refund it and for another card, but it's going to take about a week. So before he hears anything about it, so that's how long it's going to take. At least a week for it to be resolved, according to Adam. Yeah, Kitty King, I put a beautiful burgundy iris on my mother's grave today. Beautiful burgundy iris. Anyway, it's really, really dark here, and so anyway, let's see. There's Kai, and Yeah, they were all flowers she grew, Connie. Other than the iris, they're the ones I grew, but I put her flowers that she grew on her grave. Her azaleas, her camellias, her butterfly bush. Not some store-bought flowers. Um, Flowers that she planted and grew and had had for many years. Oh, kittens and chickens, huh? I used to have chickens. I did watch them, scratching and pecking. So, yeah, I used to watch my chickens. Oh, she has several of them. They're all around the house. Maybe at least 10 different varieties. When they're blooming, I'll make videos. I made a lot of videos of them last winter. We will, unless we have an Arctic blast, I will have camellias bloom throughout the winter time. I'll have beautiful flowers blooming all winter unless we have one of those Arctic blasts that comes down, because we had one in the end of 2021, right after Christmas, between Christmas and New Year's, and it froze every bud on my camellias before they started blooming. And so it was a year without camellias. Yeah, it just the trees, and they're huge. They're massive. I should measure them someday. They tower above the house. My mother planted them here over 30 years ago, and she loved them, and so I used those for her grave. I took a whole pan full. I had a big giant plastic dish pan, and I got out here early this morning as soon as the sun came up and was cutting flowers for her, and I gathered up a whole pan, giant dish pan, just full of flowers, and she probably, I can hear her voice in my head saying, "What? No store-bought flowers? What are you, cheap? What are people going to think? They're going to see that. How are they going to feel? What are they going to think about you? What are they going to think about me? You're better than that. Blip, 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 blip. You can do better. You should have starved yourself so you could have gotten me some flowers for my grave. That's not right. That's not how people do things. You're inappropriate." That's my mother fussing. You could have done better. That was her. I think they were better. No, Kitty King, that's who she was. Kitty King. She would fuss. Me and my cousin we shared stories about her, and all the time she would get mad for something. We don't know why she's getting mad, but anyway. But I thought they were pretty, and anyway, so that's why me and my cousin hung around until the grave was covered, so we could go and back and spread the flowers over the grave. And so we just drove around the town where I grew up, and my God, the town is so different. That's what I did, Rosemary. For years, when I had money, I sent my mother beautiful flowers. Because she would say that too, Rosemary. What good are they when I'm dead? And back when I had money, for her birthday, I would have giant, huge, huge bouquets of flowers delivered to my mother. And I told them, this has got to be impressive. I don't care what it costs. I said, I want stargazer lilies. I want red roses. I want this. I want that. And I want it to be big, and I want her to be impressed. I want her to go, oh, goodness. And so for years, I sent my mother flowers. So she did get store-bought flowers from me while she was alive. and where she could see them and enjoy them. You know, she could see them and enjoy them. And so I feel good that she did get her flowers while she was alive. Yes, I do feel good about that. Um, so yeah, my uncle said she really loved them, and I said she didn't complain about them, and he said no, she loved them. Uh, so I made sure she got her flowers while she was living, and so I just wanted to. I always tried to make her happy when she was alive, you know. So anyway, I'm over an hour. Adam's about to come on. Uh, no ghost around here. I love the wildflowers, Kitty King. Yeah, that's how I felt, Rosemary. She got them while she was alive and she could enjoy them. So anyway, I know Adam's going to be on in a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and go, change clothes, get the cat food in the house, and settle in for the evening. And thank you all for being here. I truly do appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope you all have a great evening. And good night, everybody. Y'all have a great evening.